tanks into tower kills.
Why couldn't Sam? Sorry, why couldn't the Queen of Pain get out of cover? Why couldn't Sam do that? Why can't they build an Orchid and deal with the storm? It seems
Well,
like
he was off lane.
yeah, but on paper it seems really simple. Just someone buy an Orchid and you can deal with the storm. Why doesn't that
they
work
didn't
that
have
way?
a proper initiator.
Okay.
Orchid is one thing, but you need to have a decent stun. Because Storm is not going to be by himself 24/7, and they just didn't have a proper initiator that allowed them to stun Orchid kill.
Okay. And this storm, this was an absolute last pick coming out from Fnatic. Therefore, having a bit of a twist on the draft. So, sure, the laning didn't go great. The decision-making in laning wasn't great from TNC. But it's a little bit of a draft win as well. We're going to find out if perhaps Fnatic can do that again in game number 3. Because we do have a draft for this game coming up. So, it will be interesting to see what comes out next. And would you, I don't know, how do you deal with Abed? Is there a way to force Fnatic to show their hand earlier so that they know what is going to play? They can actually, I don't know, do something against it?
Give him the bad lane matchup.
The bad lane matchup. As in bad for Abed, I would imagine.
Bad for Abed. Put at least two heroes in his lane constantly. All right.
I mean, I hear you. We have Fnatic banning out Night Stalker and Puck to start with, and TNC, they ban out the Bane and the Ogre Magi. And the Undying actually gets banned out by Fnatic as well, so they don't wanna risk Abed getting bullied by an Undying.
So TNC has banned out Earthshaker for the first 2 games.
Yes.
And I think they're currently deciding whether they take out Earthshaker or a different hero. And it's very likely that Fnatic will pick up the Shaker if that is let through.
Well, Fnatic does have the first pick. That means that also that TNC has last pick, which is extra important because that means that whatever Fnatic tries to do, TNC has at least 1 pick to react to that. As we have an Earthshaker pick up. The ban, sorry, on TNC. So they do end up going for that, and we have a Tusk first pick. We saw Tusk in the first game as well. Tusk by
10 seconds remaining. TNC.
I want to say that's Sims, yeah. Or was it DJ? I mean, one of the two, right?
No, it was on the side of TNC. Well, it's the wrong one. What? We saw Tim's Tusks, not Oh, I'm so confused right now. Never mind me.
Well, that is a Tim's Earth Spirit.
5 seconds remaining.
It is a Tim's Earth Spirit. So we got that one. We saw Tim's Tusk previous game. I know it now.
All right, TNC, I want to see some pressure with that Earth Spirit mid.
Yeah. Me too. We've not seen a lot of convincing Earth Spirits these last 2 days. And even before that in EU, the Earth Spirit has been underwhelming. Even when played by the best of the best.
The hero did just get nerfed, although I don't really think that was really the crux of the issue. Other teams have just gotten better playing against the Earth Spirit, or everybody's had a bad week on the hero, I guess.
I like this a lot for TNC right now. It's the Sam H. Batrider. Gives them a lot of catch, some single target focus for Abed. You know he'll be the crux of Fnatic's team.
Yeah, he's been forcing out a ton of solo kills. Ooh, this is a hero that got let through.
Yes. He got banned in a lot of other games.
So Omni did receive a couple of nerf in the patch. The big thing is that his Degen Aura is now 50 radius shorter. I think it used to be 350, now it's 300. And also I think his starting intelligence is slightly lower. So that means less spells overall in the lane. But what it doesn't change is the fact that sometimes you just need... His presence in the off lane just demands at least 2 people to be there to shut him down. And if you don't have 2 people to shut him down, then he becomes a pretty annoying hero once the mid-game rolls around.
Good answer to the Batrider. Something to protect the precious cores of Fnatic.
5 seconds remaining.
The Queen Band comes out from TNC, one of Abed's favorites. I don't know if it's actually his favorite, but he does really well on it. Who knows, maybe he doesn't like playing it. I can't imagine that, really, not with that performance. And Fnatic bans out the Razor, again, a TNC special.
The Razor makes a lot of sense because when you repel and Guardian Angel or Core, you want to use that time to be able to go on the offensive.
Yeah.
Whereas Razor is like, okay, protect your core. I'm gonna still Link because Link just bypassed all of that, and you're suddenly caught in an awkward spot.
Yep.
So for the first time in multiple games, I want to say in like 5 games, TNC does not check out Tinker. They leave Tinker in the pool, and that is also one of Abed's best hero. We'll see if they do grab it up. There's a lot of issue with the Tinker mid. It has a poor matchup against Earth Spirit rolling in.
True.
Bat Rider is generally considered as a Tinker counter because he's so good at pulling around trees.
They did win the Summit
seconds
qualifiers
remaining.
at Game 5 on the back of Abed's Tinker.
Right, but I don't think
5
there was a Bat
seconds
in like,
remaining.
Bat Rider.
It's true, but I feel if this tournament has taught me anything, Abed can carry anything. Doesn't matter counter heroes. If he has a good lane, he'll do well.
You couldn't carry DC.
Damn.
There's just sometimes it doesn't work that way. There's exceptions to the rule. Some people are too heavy.
Damn.
Are you specifically referring to anybody?
No,
Okay.
because that is better for my job. So no. No, I mean, Abed, it has shown that he is in a comfortable position. Obviously, he said that he left also because he wanted to be closer to home. And I'm sure that being in a comfortable environment for him, where he feels at home, makes a difference. And his team is enabling him a lot as well. They know how to play around him, which is very important.
Fnatic's turn.
All right,
to pick.
we have a Warlock. Team fight coming out for TNC, and that is most of their bonus time used for that as well. What do you make of that pick, Lumi? Do you like it?
In terms of going on the offensive, it's very excellent with the Earth Spirit. We've seen this combo,
10
I think, the
seconds
3rd time today
remaining.
now.
Yeah.
It also allows... It
5
gives
seconds
TNC a lot of
remaining.
leeway in the mid game. They could play a very offensive game with the Bat Rider and a defensive one with the Warlock. Like, you put a carry in the front, you have the Rock as a counter initiation tool. So regardless of how the rest of the draft goes, TNC has multiple ways to play this mid to late game. With that said, though, I'm not sure if Warlock is strong enough as a hero to push Omni Knight away from the lane. So I think this carry pick needs to also be a relatively strong laner.
When Fnatic faced the Warlock earlier today, it was against Mineski, and they won that game pretty handily.
They probably should have lost though. If it weren't for Abed's heroics,
This is true. This was
They
the Queen
should've
of playing game. Yeah.
I think that might be a position 5 Pilot Nix.
Okay, what makes you say that?
It's one of his favorite hero. He practiced it a lot.
Mhm.
This is more for like
10 seconds.
just knowing him
remaining.
liking the hero.
And I guess Omni Knight's already going off lane with Tusk as a 4
5
position.
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In his words, it's incredibly greedy, and of course, there's really lacking of a setup stun. Normally, when you run Nyx as a support, you have like, I don't know, a Shadow Demon or something that lead the stun. But if you could get away with the position 5 Nyx Assassin, it's a 5 support that gives you vision in the late game, which is incredibly rare. And also, it gives them the
Fnatic's
initiation
turn to
power that they
pick.
lack in the previous game. And it carries against the, it counters the Bat Rider really well. So it fills a lot of holes in this draft.
Juggernaut's a great hero against Nyx Assassin, though. Spike Carapace ain't got nothing on his Blade Fury. Can't get away from that.
I think
10
TNC is
seconds
assuming this
remaining.
Nyx to be the off lane, which it might be
But that means that
5
Omni Knight is
seconds remaining.
a support instead.
support.
I think Nyx is the better 5 than the Omni is. But
I would agree with that.
because I feel like Omni Knight is much more farm dependent and level dependent. And we haven't seen Juggernaut in a long while.
No, not at all this week. All right. Let's see what they have for us.
TNC's
The
turn
fourth
to
pick.
Storm Spirit.
All right, they got a pick to prepare for this. But we do have another Abed Storm, with an Omni Knight in the pool.
Turn to
Yep.
ban.
which is extra strong.
Just TNC has to pick something that can punish this hero right now.
What punishes this hero?
Mid during laning phase, things like there are a lot of heroes actually.
10
Storm's
seconds
weakest stage
remaining.
is that laning period 1
Yeah.
to 5 where he doesn't have his ult. Things like Queen of
5
Pain, which is
seconds
banned out.
remaining.
Puck. Ember.
The thing is, a lot of these counters kind of go
No,
away
not
during the
Ember.
mid game once he repels on it. I guess you still have the Bat Rider.
Death
But-
Prophet does well against him in lane. And most of all, he's just susceptible to Earth Spirit ganks.
Yeah.
So you want to pair him with something that has kill potential.
The thing is, Nyx is so good against pretty much everything you said, right? Nyx is great against the Emperor Spirit.
Yeah, forget. I don't know why I said Ember. I think I was just looking at Ember on the
On the
thing. Yeah. But Puck, Death Prophet,
TA does lane well against Storm, but I don't think that's the hero you're looking
The
for.
hero.
Fnatic's turn
Puck,
to
Puck
pick.
unfortunately is banned out.
Oh, they banned out the anti-mage. They're expecting Juggernaut to be middle.
Well, they just don't. Yeah, Juggernaut can go mid, and TNC was actually the originator of the mid Juggernaut back in, I don't know, like 1 year and a half, 2 years ago.
and Juggernaut would have kill potential with the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, they just don't want
10
to
seconds
have
remaining.
Mono Void to be a.
I think.
They're just
Yeah.
like
TNC's
featuring this entire
turn
draft
to
around
pick.
Storm.
Oh, anti-mage would have been amazing. So Medusa last pick does look slightly greedy, but then again, they also have an offlane that is not greedy at all. Be that Omni Knight or Nyx Assassin.
It's
10
kind of
seconds
greedy.
remaining.
Just because both those heroes need a lot of levels. Omni Knight sort of wants to
5
stay in his
seconds
lane for a
remaining.
while.
But they
Not gonna
need
move
levels,
around.
not gold. That helps, right?
Can you Invoker against this?
They Slark.
Oh,
Oh, why is
my
his team a Slark?
God.
You said it would happen,
I
Charlie.
called it. I thought it would be the other way around, though.
But you called it. You called it like hours ago that this would be the last pick of the last game.
All right.
Is it a
Jug
good start
mid?
game?
No, I don't think this is a good Slark game.
Oh. But I am gonna ask you who you think is gonna win this first game.
I don't.
The third game. Sorry,
I mean,
third game.
does it matter what we say? Because on this series,
Who are you gonna jinx?
I'm jinxing Fnatic. I think this is a pretty good Storm game, actually. I don't
so you're going with the Storm.
Yeah, I
Going
don't
with
say that.
Fnatic.
I don't say that very often. The one downside to Fnatic's draft is they're kind of greedy with their cores.
Mm-hmm.
They have 2 cores that aren't. They're just not gonna do anything for a very long time.
Lumi, what do you think? Gotta go fast.
I don't want to bet against my boy Jackie, but TNC's gonna just run at them. I feel like this mid Juggernaut's gonna bring the heat, and they're gonna be able to push with healing ward.
Look at that.
As well as, Warlock heals.
My panel is split. Who am I to get in between that? So we'll leave it at that. Let's find out who is going to the major in Sweden in just 2 weeks. Over to our casters.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yes, the final game at the final match of the day as we find out who will succeed
Prepare
and
for
who will
battle.
head over to Sweden. Fnatic versus TNC. Game 3, I'm already Pixel be joined by Fog. And we have a Slark, a hero.
We've been
We've not
mentioning
seen
it.
in any region in DreamLeague, have we? We've not seen him
No.
in any of the DreamLeague games.
We've been talking about this hero like every day because we've been seeing a lot of people practicing with it. After Ame had the showing of the Battle Fury Slark, I saw Envy spamming it nonstop. Didn't have a great win rate with, but he was spamming it nonetheless. We're in for a treat, Owen.
I mean,
Will
is
we have-
it a good game for Slark?
It does look like a pretty solid game if they can
Okay.
snowball, and they do have the lineup for it. They have Sam H on Bat Rider. But like I said, I think this is his best hero.
Yep.
They have Cuckoo, the originator of the mid Juggernaut. Well, one of the originators of the mid Juggernaut. Who, I mean, I think TNC was one of the first teams to actually play and use that aggression. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if it's able to work out for them. Will we have Pylai Dai, the only Swede left?
This is true.
Will he make it
Only-
to Sweden
Only Swede
with a
back.
major? This will be the decider.
I mean, I think that probably is a big thing for Pi. I'm sure he'd love to come back to Sweden for a LAN.
Of
I
course.
bet he would.
Yeah, that'd
He
be
is
hype.
going to play his socks off for this.
Yeah.
Not that the rest won't, but definitely sort of a little special attachment there for Pi this game.
Can TNC close the game out before this Storm and Medusa go crazy?
Stupendous.
Oh boy.
We will see. Fnatic, I think they have a very good win rate. I'm pretty sure on the Omni Knight too. Ohio has been playing it very nicely. This hero also has been just popping up all over the place. Oh, look at that, as I say it. Thank you. Nox read my mind. Honestly, thank you, Nox. 5-0 in this 7.07 pack. He did get slight nerfs. He lost 2 int at the start of the game, as well as his Degen aura lost some AoE. Had some slight nerfs coming out, but either way, the nature of the Omni Knight still is about the same after that laning phase. He does get his Arcane boots up, he does get the Soul Room, or he does get the phase boots into the Soul Ring.
Oh, look at this block as well. They're able to get with the Tusk. That's very nice.
Yeah.
See how Raven can do it. And I feel like this dual lane from TNC can get punished by this. Really. Warlock, can he really do too much about these two heroes?
He's a range hero. I think the biggest thing
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is they will be able to get a lot of farm on Ohio here and levels. And they can bully a little bit, but I think the most priority for TNC is shut down Abed with Storm and Earth Spirit. They do have kill potential if he steps up too far. It's going to be really important to keep the lane at an advantageous position for TNC. Kuku holds it at the high ground here, so that's exactly what he needs to do. They need to make Abed step down into that river and connect with Rolling Boulder and Spin.
Heading down.
The job of 1437 in this top lane is they just pretty much fall non-stop and spin. They connect, but unable to commit under the tower.
Decent chunk of damage, nonetheless, up top. Look at this aggression onto Raven. Both Ohio and DJ just charging in. Playing around the fact that they have this lane. This wave shoved right in. Raven will get the jump for, gets the pounds. Starts to hit in to Ohio. Has already got that point, of course, in the essence shift, so it'll be very nice for this.
Yeah.
Stage delay.
So they'll be able to put more pressure onto Raven than the Bat Rider is able to.
An exceptional.
I mean, a lot of the pressure on TNC is really what can Tims make happen around the map, because they don't want to take this game to the later stages. They need to close it out. Even though they have a Slark, they have to be able to run at Fnatic. Abed getting dove up here by Kuku.
That's a lot of damage from that blade here. We'll salve up. Still look for the roll in. Won't make the connection. Tims.
Makes it to the opposite high ground.
I was gonna say, that's a nice little play, isn't it? Rolling from that angle. You either connect, you get to do a bit of action, or you miss, and you're more than safe.
Omni Knight farming better than Raven here. To be expected with this dual melee. It's all up to 1437 just to pull, non-stop pull the lane back so they can at least get some better levels out of this top lane. Raven, you know, Slark is a hero that does catch up nicely though, with the Dark Pact, being with the farm jungle so quickly. Mage never having mana bottom, both from the Mystic's Nick as well as the mana burn from Nyx Assassin. Pretty obnoxious combo to lane burst.
Doing alright CS though compared to Medusa.
Yeah.
8 for 3-7 for 1, you know, by no means is this the lane that Fnatic are strongly won.
Yeah, a bit surprising that you see DJ position, waiting for them to try to go on Abed here. Abed sitting at low mana, kind of baiting them out. Really wants to make the commitment there.
It's a hard kill then for Fnatic to make with those two.
Yeah. Forcing Kuku out of the wave now. For the time being, he's going to run right back in though. He does have spin available. Top, the pounce connects onto Ohio. Essence shift stacks. No kill threat just yet.
Twice the strength.
I wonder what the build will be from this, with this Slark, as you said, from the pub games that you've been seeing from the pros. You've been telling me Battle Fury has been touched upon.
It has been touched upon. I think this one's probably just still the Shadow Blade because they want to get aggressive as fast as possible. They don't want to play the farm game in this one whatsoever. They just want to go for Aquila, Shadow Blade, Treads, the standard. TNC. struggle. We do have a slight gold lead, but as far as the last hits go, it is in Fnatic's hand for the time being. And Sam H, even though Bat Rider is one of his best heroes, he's playing versus Nyx Assassin, which makes it a lot tougher. And they have Omni Knight and Tusk, so those multiple saves coming out versus that lasso. Quite annoying. 1437 stepped up too far. Rotation from DJ.
Yeah, they've
and
got the
Ohio.
trap with the Shard's Purification. Not enough damage to get the kill, though.
They don't have an Orb of Venom between either of their heroes, so they don't have that extra little slow for the chase down. I think would have maybe netted them the kill there.
Player really getting left 2 behind in CS. Only Sam H Bat 10, everyone else on the 20 mark. The mid lane, a bit of a difference, of course, with Cuckoo. 29 for 10.
Pretty much every single Storm does this now. You get level 5, solidify getting your 6 pretty much by using first shrine and jungling a bit, and then go back to your lane. You can just safely escape with your ball lightning. Hop again.
Raven. Gone up.
Doesn't have
They've
pounce
already
available.
bounced. They do surround him. He's got the Shadow Word heal. Isn't enough to keep him alive. They're trying to block him off. He pops the stick charges. Ohio has to be a little careful himself.
He's got Mango and heal.
Getting a little low, and they'll, even with that, onto 1437, not quite enough. They'll continue to chase. First blood actually ended up being down bottom, where Sam H got in, and 1 versus 2 gets the kill on the Nyx Assassin.
That is very surprising. I guess he just got enough stickies and wasn't mana burn. He must have just healed and gone back. Able to go for that one there.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And not having an Orb of Venom between these two melee heroes top is really, I think they would have gotten at least 1 or 2 kills from that. That little bit of extra slow would have let them close the gap onto either the Slark or onto that Warlock here. Prioritizing having boots on DJ. Either way, they are still putting a ton of pressure onto that Slark, and Ohio is free farming up here as an Omni.
And as you said, with Arbed heading to the jungle, he's catching back up. Still the jug with the lead.
Absolutely.
Gets a regen in as well, but
yeah.
Dream Cuckoo. Oh god, this time it's going to be successful. They'll get the kill onto 1437. May pay with some of their lives. Raven thinking about it.
Cuckoo was trying to TP, but Pi Die was there and got the stun on him. Flash comes out, Pi walks into Ancients.
Oh, they do actually have the Ancients turning onto them. Arbed, can he do anything to clean up? That's the question. He's looking forward, getting the slow onto 2. These would be some 60 kills if he can find them, and he'll get Tim's at least. So the 1-for-1 support trade. Things starting relatively close between these two sides. No sort of clear loser off the back of these early lanes.
Just maybe the Slark from the pressure, but he's still farming easily, and he's got catch-up mechanics from the Dark Pack.
Not too bad at all.
Yeah, it's to be expected versus dual, this heavy, strong dual melee. TNC wants to be able to get a bit more though out of these lanes. Lineup. Sam H is now level 6. Hasn't skilled the lasso yet. He's saving the point to see, depending on what happens. Tims steals the bounty rune from Abed. Abed really wanted to fill his bottle up there, and Tims will be able to steal the DD as well. So Abed might have to just go home, heal up. But he still does have clarities running. Maybe he'll jungle and go home.
Oh, and they get aggression again. They get that kill onto 1437. A couple of times this has happened up top now.
Yeah, Tim's not having the TPs available to help that top lane this time around.
Warlock's going to suffer every single time that those two heroes charge in on him.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the phase boot build from Ohio. I really do like that on the off lane, because you get that chase down, especially versus a hero like Warlock, who's just pretty slow. Top, Pounds connect. Tim's on his way up there as well. Ohio.
GA trying to run.
Tim's just not connected.
They should get the... Oh, that's tough.
The stun.
The snowball, that's going to save him.
Yep.
What a play from DJ. Taking Ohio away, and quite a few resources committed by TNC. They're trying to make that play happen. And it ends unsuccessfully.
Yeah, Tim's actually ends up missing all 3 spells there. But either way, the snowball was going to come in and more than likely save Ohio. Envy's getting a much better start this time around.
Yeah.
Pretty much, he's mostly free farming, not complete free farm, but getting some decent last hits for solo lane Bat Rider. And now there is a level of Carapace on Pi, so it's a lot harder for SamH to threaten this lane without any other hero. Didn't rotating down. Tims getting jumped. Abed using that fountain regen.
Oh, he's going to roll himself out, and that will be enough to save him. So away to the healing ward. Cuckoo leading in. Does have the Omni Slash, but there's still enough mana on Abed to keep himself safe. Make the jump with the Juggernaut.
They have some aggressive wards coming down from TNC here, so they are able to see the rotations coming out from Fnatic. Some double D-warding coming out. DJ takes out one of their wards as 1437 takes out the other one near it, too. And Ohio has now officially bullied the Slark out of the lane with that level 7 at max purification. Pure damage. Pretty painful. Whenever Warlock leaves, there's no heal for Raven, so he's got to go resort to jungle for a bit. Dream camp for Abed, farming up those prowlers at the
Oh, they're so lovely as a start, aren't they?
Yeah.
Having that magic to go through those big old ancients. Nice and easily.
Raven.
He's got the pounce.
Yep.
He's still fine.
Scan comes out, catches Tim's rotation toward that mid lane, but TNC, they will be able to claim themselves their first tower. Great moves from TNC. In all 3 games, they really have prioritized just taking buildings.
They are.
Which is great.
Didn't pay off in the last one, even though they got the early objectives. But nonetheless, certainly gives them the boost. And as we see, this Jug, he is getting bigger and bigger off the back of this. And there is going to be this point in the game where he can offer that bit more to the game than, say, Envy's Juicer, which is going to need more time.
Yeah, definitely needing a lot more time. And that's to be expected.
Yeah.
I think TNC is really going to prioritize more this time, though, watching those Ancients. They tried to last time, but, Abed went kind of out of control and they couldn't do much about it. I think this time they have much better avenues to get those wards up and contest that one with their heavy amounts of teamfight and Bat Rider.
They still don't really have a great way of taking them. Top indeed. Double connect for Ravens out with Shadow Dance.
Yeah, they don't have great ways of taking them, but
No.
I think it's take fights around it. Because they do have an absolutely massive teamfight lineup with the Warlock and the Earth Spirit once they get their level 6s. Definitely stronger than the side of Fnatic. Pretty much Omni Knight has to be there for Fnatic to be able to take fights, but we said it before, we said it last game, Storm and Medusa take time to be able to get on that aggressive portion. 1437 has hit level 6 on Warlock. Tim's almost there as well on Earth Spirit.
Yeah, Pine nearly getting level 6 as well on next Assassin. Vendetta will be very nice for sort of hunting the Slark during this jungle phase where Raven's going to be dart packing around. Very nice to catch him.
And as you mentioned, it will be the standard Slark build. Yes, speed up the Shadow Blade after Treads and Aquila. Envy came out after the stun is used from Tim's there in the jungle bottom. And they're going to continue now. Like we said, they're very prioritized. Priority is objective-based gaming from TNC. They're going to look to push down this bottom tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah,
like
Riven, Sunderland.
They should be able to get this. I mean, again,
Yep.
TNC doing as they do.
Fnatic doesn't want to take these kind of fights.
Sure, yeah, you don't want to turn up with the Storm or Medusa quite yet.
No, they gotta farm. They gotta get there. At least the Storm needs that one big item before it can actually get involved into anything. Lots of damage on the
Yeah, Raven just has to TP. It is spooky this Omni Knight at this stage. Level 9, running him down.
He wants to just farm the triangle neutral area after taking out mid. They do have a ward down watching Envy. SamH is in the area. There's a Warlock there
He's
too.
got the last get the drag off, and as you say, they do also have Kelly offering Spirit there as well. And Stone Gaze will not save Envy.
He never got the mana shield. He was farming with mana shield. It's not on, so he doesn't have that damage mitigation.
He may lose more here. DJ getting knocked back by the Flame Break into the Boulder Smash. He's got the Snowball. Well, Cuckoo there with the Blade Fury. That'll be a second pick for TNC.
And now they're going to turn this into a bottom push. They have level 3 healing ward available too. Gonna put it down. The invasion plays really coming out for TNC right now. Ohio gets top tower at least. Highlight Die eating a very heavy damage dealing Flame Break. Almost ticks out to it, but with that mana raindrop plus Carapace, he will survive. Now Ohio and Abed can show up to the fight bottom.
Good to catch with SamH, but turn around. The silence is there from the Earth Spirit that pops to G8 Fnatic. They're trying their best to fight up against this, but this Magnetize doing a lot of work from Tim's as Fnatic. They're ticking down low. Jump forward from Raven. He's ready to turn up to fight. Envy falling low. The Snowball comes out, picking it up, buying some time for Envy to escape. Catalyst Envy get out of there. Raven's trying to continue to chase Pile of that. Pods the stick charge and the Spike Carapace. He will survive. They do manage to bring down Cuckoo. Sam H, though, he does end up finding the kill on MV, who ticks out inside the base.
Yeah,
from the flame break.
He had high sticky stacks on. I think he had 3 or 4 on Envy and 3 on Abed. Abed almost died as well. He had like 60 HP or so. That flame break doing a heavy amount of damage. And this is what we were talking about. The level 6s, as soon as TNC has them, that's when they can rank up and actually just start pressuring incredibly hard. So now taking a tier 2 bottom. They've already warded one side of the Ancients. The next one, we've already seen them pinging out. They ward up the second one. They don't block it, though. They want to take fights around that, is what we were mentioning. Around that Ancient whenever the Medusa tries to go for them. So far, TNC looking pretty good this time around. Just like last time, the first 15 minutes, very solid from TNC. Shadowblade is finished up for Raven now, too.
And they want to do something with it.
Yeah, they can keep this aggression going here. They have eyes on Envy at all times here. With that deep ward they placed earlier, they're looking to try to go for him here. Envy. Uh-oh.
This is another big pick. They have the grab, dragging him back into the range of Pi as well. Pi will be able to vendetta himself out of there, but Envy won't be as fortunate. 30 seconds, no Medusa, and Pi nearly getting the courier.
It's like they knew Pi was there,
let's get that.
That stun and silence both stun and silence caught on him, even though they did not see him. And now they're turning it into a tower push, the healing ward.
That's it, 15 minutes in. Classic TNC push, run at your shot style that the panel's talked about, and so far so good for them.
It's working very well this game. They've got much better tools to actually close out the game in comparison to last time.
And Abed is not where he was in game 1 on the Storm. It's not going to have a similar effect. Sure, it can still get there, but at this stage, you aren't going to see sort of Abed just run away with the game anytime soon. It's going to take time.
This time they actually have a real initiator. They have the Bat Rider with who's going to have a Blink Dagger on top of that drums really soon, as well as the Earth Spirit, the great amount of control versus that Storm Spirit. They're doing a very good job of keeping that pressure on. More deep aggressive wards from TNC. One watching the Ancients, another one watching where Ohio's farming on the left side there on that high ground. Raven being spooky with that Shadowblade. Get as much information as possible for his team. So Magnetize is ready, Warlock ult is ready, and
he gets it this time.
Finds it. Got the TP out as well. Nicely done. Sam H will go pick up that courier from the side over here too. They will look to get aggressive. Abed jumps forward. He's looking for 1437. Raven's there though. He's gonna get a trade for sure. And does 1437 live too?
Oh, he does as well. He doesn't even get it.
The Shadow Word plus Magic Wand charges enough.
Oh, that's got to be pretty tilting. You know, that's sort of the play you make where you feel frustrated. You want to get that kill. You see it, and it just slips away in front of you and costs you your life.
He lived with, I mean, I think it was like 3 or 4 HP from that last hit, and the Shadow Word ticks him up to just enough. Envy now in a lot of trouble bottom. They get the jump. Very dead here.
And this is what the 3rd time in a row that we've seen that Medusa get picked off by Sam H and the crew. Some just fantastic movements from TNC that Fnatic are struggling to deal with. Their highest net worth for the moment is a high on the Omni Knight as Abed and Envy fall behind, and with the way the TNC is just taking over the map, I don't see how they catch up Fnatic.
Me either. The deep aggressive wards by TNC just able to watch pretty much everything that Fnatic is setting up for, and the only way that Fnatic can go for these kind of counter ganks is if that Omni Knight is there, like you're mentioning. But Abed does find himself a regen rune again.
They're looking for 1437 maybe. Paladin has the setup. In comes the zip. They will be able to take one down. Cuckoo heading up to the high ground. They are going to try and run away, but the Omni Slash comes from Pi. Ooh, gets safe for now by the Snowball, but the chase down's there with the Blade Fury. Highlight died to fall. They will the silence onto Abed into the Omni Slash, into the Boulder Smash. Abed repelled up as well. Need to retreat. They've already lost 2 on Fnatic. Can they get everyone else out there? Ohio may be left behind. He has GA, does not have the TP. As they'll lose the Omni Knight as well. Fnatic, they got a support kill, but at a very, very high cost.
Absolutely not worth it. Losing 3 heroes there. They're getting desperate is what that tells me. They're just like, we need to try to do something to make space for our Dusa.
Yeah.
At this, another smoke by TNC. They are not looking to slow down whatsoever. Every time Lasso's available, they're looking for pickoffs. Do they have reveal? They do have dust on Sam H. If this breaks, he's gonna pop it. He doesn't get it. Fine. DJ anyway.
It's just turned into a bit of a feed train for Fnatic. It's just kill after kill for TNC as they just run at them, picking them off.
Oh, look at top two. Envy just poured it up here.
Oh,
Raven's
no.
already set up. Everybody else is collapsing
Not
as well.
again.
Raven's just gonna commit.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that he's fine to do so. Get those stacks building up with the Essence shift. And Envy dying a 5th time this game. It is slipping very quickly out of control for Fnatic.
They don't have good ways to catch back up either. The only catch up is those Ancients, and like we said, TNC has so many wards, so much vision around, with the Slark also just running around in the Shadow Blade. I'm not seeing a good way for Fnatic to come back to this one. They can't really group up versus this lineup. They can't go for fights at all. And with Raven, the other beautiful thing is too, is they have the Slark, so anytime they are playing under vision, Raven just pings it out.
Ooh, they do punish the Jug there.
Hey, nice.
He uses the Blade Fury aggressively, and Abed's quick in with the backup of the Tusk.
That's one way back. Try to catch him out when he's playing over aggressive.
Sentry down, they know the prize there. Get off the mark though.
Radiant's top tower
Combo.
is under attack.
Raven.
Oh, this is a big goal.
They're hemorrhaging
Okay.
huge kills.
Suddenly, TNC lose the Jug and lose the Slug. Oh, this game.
Radiant's
Bloodstone now
top
for
tower
Abed.
is under attack.
All right. We got the game on our hands then.
And the jump out to mid.
If we're going to see TNC lose heroes just as quickly as Fnatic were about a couple minutes to go.
Uh-oh.
All right. What looks to maybe have been set up for smooth sailing for TNC is falling apart as they sort of go back to just out on the lane on their own.
They split up so hard after killing Envy.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I don't think Cuckoo's going to use aggressive something like that again by himself.
No, yeah, you
That's
cannot.
probably the biggest one, but the other two pickoffs pretty clean. Clark just not expecting those rotations to come out and was low on mana.
Dire's top tower.
That's a sizable spin. Look at that, just that hard turn. That sharp edge.
They can't make those kind of mistakes in this game. That's what we mentioned the last time too. Versus Medusa Storm, any type of mistakes and you can just, game can just get quickly turned around on you. 1437 makes the call. He's like, all right, we're smoking, guys.
All right.
Enough
I mean, to be fair, this is the play, because this has been working out for them each and every time. When they do a play like this, aggressively, it's had a very high success rate this game.
They know where Envy's farming too. Look at them collapsing on him. Fnatic, they seem very aware of this. All hide into the...
Envy will be kept safe with the rest of the team. Sam H. Looking for a bit of it. Just a quick poke in the base, see if anyone was hanging around on the front lines. Fnatic well aware that something sneaky was going on and not looking to be caught. DJ though, he has been spotted. And I don't think he has a way of playing his way out of this. They'll catch him in the tree line. They'll get something for their troubles, but it is not the worst loss for Fnatic.
They get a tower out of it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So playing around their vision as best as possible. Still continue to ward those Ancients.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
So making sure that the Medusa can't just snowball farm out of control from those. And I mean, Medusa, Envy is bottom 5 net worth. He is below the Bat Rider. See, they still have all their ultimates at the ready. They still have Lasso, they have everything else, and now Raven has hit a pretty critical mass item here. The Lincoln Sphere on top of the Shadow Blade. Pretty hard for him to be brought down now.
Radiant's top tower is under
He's
attack.
going a ganking build. Unless he switches his item choices, has Shadow Blade queued up on the Juggernaut.
Dire's structures
That's a little bit
are
interesting that
fortified.
he feels the need to buy a Shadow Blade as well as Slark, but... Okay.
I think he's going to save his gold and make the decision.
Radiant's
Yeah.
top
I don't really know
tower is under
if
attack.
that's
Dire's
so needed this game.
No.
When they already have so much information going for them on the map. All these deep wards, Raven stalking so much with that Shadow Blade.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is fallen.
A huge circle drawn by Sam H across the whole bottom side of the map. I'm pretty sure that's an indicator of don't farm our side, don't farm jungle. Keep the pressure applied. They don't want to let this game go to late stages versus the Storm Medusa.
Absolutely.
How's Abed?
It's going to get more worrying for them.
Abed's got the full Orchid.
Abed is making a comeback. He's climbing back up, and he's
top net worth.
Yeah.
Let the fun begin.
He had a slow start, but it was a start. And sure, he got held behind a little bit, but it didn't get absolutely destroyed. And he's found the means to get back in on this 4-1-2 on the Storm.
And Cuckoo did switch the item build, thankfully.
I was going to say Shadowblade.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it either. He was went
felt a little weird.
That high damage from the agility from and just chase potential. And mana burn versus Dusa, very necessary.
And the Storm as well.
Yep.
Always nice. Every little helps if he's overextending. That last little bit of mana you can take away could catch him mark.
They've got great vision right now from the side of TNC. They saw Abed farming Ancients, and they did see the rotation coming out from DJ and Envy. They might look to try to pick a fight here. He's gonna go in and scout. They even bought 1437 bought Raven a gem as well.
Ooh, I'm ready to get total map control.
Yeah.
On this for this slot.
Pi looks like he's just positioned for courier snipes. Look where he is on the map as a Nyx assassin. He's just
I mean, he absolutely
near
is.
the enemy base.
Yeah.
Pretty funny. All of Fnatic are grouped together. They are a bit afraid when Envy does push out to farm those lanes. Ohio,
Radiant structures are
the only
fortified.
saving grace.
And they hold it here. And how can TNC push in? TNC very good at sort of taking over the map, but when it comes to the high ground push, that's another question here. Fnatic.
They need to take a team wipe with Aegis, and then they can go for that Cuckoo. Farming Ancients. Fnatic looking for something here. They don't have the same kind of initiation as like a Bat Rider. They do have the Orchid on the Storm though. They really need Vision Skill to make a jump. TNC has the high ground advantage.
Oh, this could be painful for Fnatic if TNC get the right grab. Will they see it? Cuckoo on the front lines. He goes in with the blade. Few scout things off, and they grab the Medusa, dragging Envy off to the sidelines. Can the team keep him alive? That's the question. Long enough to get the stone gaze off, but no, Envy's lost mana. He's trying to get himself out of there. There's a snowball buying some time for him. The GA's come through, but Envy's down. They've lost one on Fnatic. They're going to lose the Tusk as well. Double kill for Tims. As TNC, they have the high ground, and they massively clean up. Triple kill for Tims. Only Arbet getting away. They were just perfectly positioned for that. Cuckoo going in with the Blade Fury, scouting things out, knew that something was up, and as soon as they have vision on Envy, they grab him. They know that if they can stop that Medusa getting off the Stone Gaze, it's a very easy fight for TNC.
Perfect fight being brought up by them there. Fatal Bonds connecting on pretty much everyone. Tim's magnetized as well. They're getting themselves a Rax already. That's exactly what they needed to do this game.
Has fallen.
Oh, for a second one too. There's no glyph available.
They should have to team up in time to try and hold this, and indeed TNC, no, they'll back away. They're more than happy with what they were able to claim from that. They certainly are.
Now they have a very nice advantage. Coming out 8k gold lead, they're going to clean up some shrines here, and with this type of advantage versus the Dusa, they can slow the pace down a bit. I think with the deep aggressive wards, they can still look to get those pickoffs, but Envy is so shut down here that even if it does go late game, they will start having those itemizations to take him out. Butterfly soon on Cuckoo, Raven. Gonna be going for Silver Edge. This looks like Fnatic really trying to get some kind of big effort.
I mean, will they get away with this? I really don't know. They're inside, outside of the pit. It is going to be scouted out. TNC. I don't know what's going on here.
They have any more smokes on the side of TNC? They don't. But the Basher actually has chosen item for Raven here.
Okay.
Turn around and lockdown.
He wants to get under the pit. Look at the D-Ward. Bounce over the shards, but getting the rest of his team off. Fnatic are scared. They don't want to commit to the Roshan whilst TNC is so ready for a fight like that. 19-8. 8k gold lead for TNC. Again, they start to create that bit of a gap between their cores and that of Fnatic. some fantastic stand-up performances. We can see 4-0-12 and Sam H 4-1-10 on Tim's Spirit.
Yeah.
These two heroes, I mean, you could argue as just a whole, like, two of the heroes, the TNC as a team play the best around. These players on them.
Yeah, they just have great ways to start the fight. When you look at that, and Fnatic just doesn't have those type of heroes. They don't have a blink on Nyx Assassin. They don't have a blink on Tusk either. They don't have ways to really initiate. So it's pretty much every single time TNC will start the fight, and that's the dream versus this type of lineup. Waiting for that Warlock ulti to go up, and it's back up now. Chaotic offering at the ready. TNC's ready to fight. Butterfly fully finished on Pupu now. He is massive at the 30-minute mark with 15.
Of course, Invasion will not be there. Sorry, True Strike will not be there for Fnatic for a while.
No, not for ages.
I mean, eventually, Bloodthorn for the Storm, even Bloodthorn for the Medusa in the late game, can come out. It's a long way away, and TNC do not have any sort of intentions to let the game get to that point.
No.
The way that they're playing, they have full control still over the game.
They were just trying to get their lanes out in a good position so they can go smoking. Their smoke just came back off cooldown. They'll purchase right away and look to try to take an engagement and go into that Roche pit. That'll be the big way for them to actually close this game out.
Perfect location.
Fnatic out again, consistently just hugging up as 5. They know that they can't be picked off, keeping very close to one another. Whereas TNC, they do have the confidence to split up.
Yeah, just
and
a little.
sort of Tim's elsewhere, get at least a couple of lanes shoved in.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
Pilot on the hunt, but it is hard. He has to be careful with the detection that TNC have.
He spotted.
Oh, I like this. Yeah, they're gonna find him straight away.
Quickly. And now 4v5 fight. Fnatic can't take it, so TNC's looking to really pressure them, but they might just make their way into the Roche pit if they don't find anybody else here.
Fnatic really don't want to let TNC have this.
High respawns pretty quickly. He's still only level 10, so that quick respawn rate.
And TNC, they are also scared of Fnatic, as it seems.
They're respecting it.
Yeah, they don't want to commit for the Roshan without having some of Fnatic members off the map.
I think that one also, inside the Roche pit, it kind of gives Fnatic a way to really start the fights a bit better. While if it's anywhere else, TNC has the advantage of starting those fights with the blink on the Air Spirit and blink on Bat Rider on top of Warlock.
Crimson Guard finished now for Ahaya.
Okay, some damage mitigation.
So have he has these sitting melee cores like Raven and Kuki. Tyler. Just gun set up. There's the Storm. There he is. Do get themselves the Warlock. Raven. To punish that. Oh, that's silence. Instantly onto the Storm. It's going to choose to play around with it. Do they have the lockdown? Yes, they do. Samet glides in. Has the last though. The Storm. Oh, it saves him. What's it? He's trying to dodge the magnetized damage with the zips. And he actually is going to make it. What a save from DJ. And he'll definitely pay with his life, but what a save from the Tusk there, where it looked like Arbed was dead for sure.
One more hit. Looked
like, my goodness.
Raven was kind of deciding if he wanted to go for him there, or if he wanted to go for the other target in the back, and then he switched. So maybe that one extra hit from Raven would have had the kill, but beautiful play by DJ. That snowball absolutely saving Abed from losing all those Bloodstone charges. And now Abed almost has a Hex finished up. And Hex versus Slark is one of the best items because you cannot remove it with Dark Pact anymore.
And how close is he?
He's pretty much has it. Yeah, he actually does have it.
He's actually got it full. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's massive.
TNC though, everyone's up. Their lanes are in a great spot. They've got all their ultimates at the ready. Besides, I think this will be a very soon. They're looking to take down this second rack. That bigger advantage.
Oh, they get the jump. They get the grab on Envy. Envy gets the free-man boulder smash into the Omni Slash. They're falling low on Fnatic. Nixus has him down. Wolf line back straight away. Envy's out of mana. Chaotic offering will finish off the Medusa. He buys back. Fnatic throwing everything back into this one. Looking to turn things around. Abed low on the mana. Can Fnatic actually get any kills out of this? TNC falling low. The Stargaze comes in. They've got the crypt catch onto the Earth Spear. They take down one. Envy trying to chase for more. But the rest of TNC, they're backing out of there. They do lose Sam H on the retreat, but the rest of TNC will be fine. They cannot be caught by this chase from Fnatic.
I'll take that.
Unless the Storm can close this gap somehow, but it doesn't look like Abed's going to be able to. So 2 buybacks coming through from Fnatic there. They do hold the defense.
Much needed buybacks to come out. They get.
They have to, yeah.
Yeah, they get a good amount of experience. Come back there. But yeah, they really need that for them to come back. But now that means Envy is falling further far behind. It's pretty much just going to be Abed versus the world for the damage for his team. TNC. They do have to be careful though while the Earthbird and Batrider are down. They are susceptible. Now, Fnatic, they are looking for it here. Raven will go check it out. No reveal on this side of Fnatic, because he just got a sentry delivered. Down. Now Earth Spirit has respawned. And Batrider buys back. They really want to take this fight.
There it is, Raven leading in with the Shadow Dance. Jump forward from Timms, gets the 2-man boulder smash. Has got the follow-up this time. That's one to do it. There's the magnetize. But look at Abed going to work. Bringing Raven down low. Raven's gone down for 80 seconds. Fnatic, they surround themselves for Juggernaut as well. Cuckoo's gone. Abed, unstoppable. Looks towards 1437. He hasn't quite got enough mana to play around for the kill, but it doesn't matter. Fnatic, they find the 2 big cores. And the Hex is just such a game changer against the Slark in this patch.
Fnatic bringing it back. Sam H did not have the TP up to be able to join that fight in time since he tried to TP out of bottom earlier. So his buyback was for not to be able to try to join his team. But yeah, the Hex on Abed. Absolutely clutch there.
How do you play around this Hex?
If you're the
Slark, you just... Yeah.
I think the TNC just needs to always get the jump off.
Because what's Raven going for next on the start?
BKB.
Yeah, he has
Okay,
to. He really does have to.
Yep.
We'll see it again here. Abed waits out the Shadow Dance. And as I say, again, some nice play from Timms, but look at that. Instantly in, proccing the Lincolns, and then getting the kill. Very, very cleanly done by Abed, and with the 2 cores gone, there's just no hope for TNC in that fight.
Surprised how quickly. BKB is finished now for the Slark.
Has to get it off as soon as that Lincoln's is popped. This fight, how's Envy's farm doing on the Medusas? Still quite far behind.
Yeah, still pretty damn far behind.
Yeah, with those buybacks and such hurting him. And not only the Hex, but the completed Bloodthorn for Abed. He's ready to carry. He really is.
20 Bloodstone charges too. Almost 70 mana regen per second on him.
Is it enough though? Can Abed carry this game, or at least hold it to the point that allows Envy to get back into it and become some sort of terror on this Medusa, which is it's going to take a lot of holding. He is still a significant amount behind.
Yeah, TNC lost the gem in that last fight too, so now Raven, they have bought him a new one. A big item picked up on Cuckoo, Sphere, so he can block out that Hex/Bloodthorn. Just on Fnatic though, they're trying to take advantage of it.
Of course, Ohio still very farm for the position he was in on that one, you know.
First time now in the last pretty much like 25 plus minutes, Fnatic has taken the goal.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He scouted
Oh, immediate jump, and again the link has popped and he's bursted. The reactions from Abed, meaning that there's no time for the BKB to come out on the Slark, and Abed keeps moving for more. Looks to Tim's, gets the Wicked Stick, and now 1437 as well. No escape from this Storm Spirit. 3 heroes down on TNC. They are crumbling despite having the lead for the majority of this game.
Didn't he had the gem, right? So he saw Pi, and he didn't actually get the BKB off in time. I think maybe he thought that Pi was just lurking around by himself, but everybody from Fnatic was there, and Fnatic now pushing the high ground.
My goodness.
Holy crap.
What a way. I mean, sure, there's been some neat plays around it, but this, again, it's the games where Abed has decided he wants to win them. If they just win them, it seems. He just plays like an absolute madman. And I don't know what TNC can do. This has got to be scary. Sure, they still do have power in them, but the fact that they've lost the lead that they had.
The fact that they can't get the fight, they can't start the fight now for the last 10 minutes or so. It's just been Fnatic hitting every single jump. It is a huge problem. Abed.
What a pickup he was for the team.
Absolutely a monster. 8-1 and 6 on this Storm.
Yeah.
Envy has now finished up the Scotty. He's 1-7.
Oh, he's nearly got the Aghanim steps as well on Storm. We're going to see some fun shenanigans. Nearly 25. What's he getting 25 again on Storm?
He gets the jumps.
Oh yes, the
500 distance remnants. Or he can do it for the Lord Pierces. I mean, that's not too bad either. Both of them are. We usually see the 500 distance auto remnant though.
Yes.
Because it gives you so much like information every time you jump, as well as just that extra little burst damage. And Abed, 70 mana per second before he gets the Aghanims delivered. Gonna up just a little bit more, 77.8. Team Storm.
Let's see what he does take out of the two. I mean, sure, there's a BKB and a Blade Fury, but as you say, maybe the. Oh wait, is he going to try and do the thing where he levels it when he zips?
Does still work? They haven't, I don't think, maybe they didn't fix that.
I mean, it's one of those things that doesn't need fixing because it's so gimmicky. I mean, he's not spending the point yet. Is he going to go for the show-stopping play? As you said, maybe it's not in the game anymore. Of course, we're talking about the thing where you lay down a whole stream of remnants if you skill the laying down an auto remnant in ball lightning whilst you zip in. I would love to see it.
He hasn't skilled it.
He hasn't skilled it. You know what I mean? Maybe he's still just considering which two he prefers, or maybe he is seriously saving it for the big play. Can he get himself to the major in style? I mean, that maximum style points if he does do so. Has he spent it yet? He's still not spent it.
Has not. TNC smoked up. They're trying to catch Abed, but quick TP out before the gap onto him. He's holding a skill point.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
TNC now. 10 minutes ago, they had a 10,000 gold advantage. Now Fnatic almost have that 10k gold advantage. An absolute ridiculous turnaround.
And Envy is making the recovery. He's now ahead of Raven's slot.
TNC doesn't have another gem either. They had just purchased one that they died with last time, so they aren't playing under vision. Raven starts pinging it out now too. He's like, I am not Shadow Dance, guys. And his farm has slowed down incredibly quick. He is now below Eternal Envy on the net worth, and it's gotten to that point now. 42 minutes. It's the late game versus Fnatic's lineup.
Radiant are scanning.
Has he spent that skill point yet? He did. Oh,
He did.
okay. He did, and he did go for the then they get the jump in straight over the Hex, but the Cuckoo falling low. The tier comes out. Cuckoo's down. Slot can't do anything in this fight. He can't afford going down. He's put the BKB in the Shadow Dance. They're starting to move back. They've got the Stone Gauge. They jump forward with Raven. The Omni Slash as well from Cuckoo. Had to buy back for this affair. Just grab the kill onto Omni Knight. Continuing to chase Ohio, actually buying back on the Omni Knight.
I think he's like, they've expended everything.
We've got to go back in, and Abed says, yes, please. He zips forward. Won't get the catch.
Abed's a bit low on mana, though. They do have to wait a minute for him to regen up. He does regen up very quickly, though, with those Bloodstone charges.
Roshan's nearly, well, we'll see, I'll say, if it is going to be a short respawn time. Roshan may be the one to wait for. I mean, with that in mind, was it necessary that Ohio bought back? Do you think maybe they just felt that they were going to go for more than they were up top?
I think they thought TNC was going to chase really, really hard, but they stopped as soon as they saw that buyback. The boot is spotted by this vision. He used buyback too. Raven is...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They don't want to play around that right side now. The ward did finally die from the side of Fnatic. TNC very afraid here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Regen rune on Abed. Also an arcane rune inside Stone Spirit's bottle. On top of that. They go for shrines now.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
This is not the point that
Dire's
TNC
top
wanted to have
shrine
this game be.
has fallen.
Like we were saying
This is,
over and over
they
again.
did not foresee this.
They did not want this game to get to the super late game, and it's getting to that point. They really wanted to have this game closed out by now.
The closing in on having Butterfly compete on Medusa. TNC, they came so close to getting this victory, but it's slipping away from them.
Fnatic have the high ground here too.
Oh, Abed, look at it. Oh my god! The full-man Agnes pull from Abed! Drags them all in! Sets up for the team's kill. BKB comes out of Raven. He has to pass himself away. They find the last one, but it doesn't matter. Abed ready to continue to go to work. Bringing down Cuckoo as well. He's down for 100 seconds. Abed making these game-ending plays as it seems. Raven desperately trying to cut the creeps, but they've got a wave with them down middle. Fnatic. The Aghanims pick up 4 hero vortex.
Oh my god. Abed.
Oh, I mean, I hope they pay this kid a lot to play for them because he absolutely deserves it. Coming over to Fnatic. One of the best trades of the season, I think you could say. Without a doubt. That's this game. I think it may just be over. They're just going for the game. There's no joke by that for a minute. Raven is trying to poke in on this, but he knows he can't, Abed.
I think this is just game over.
Yeah,
They
it
still
looks
have
to be it. The Ancient's exposed. Raven's coming forward, but he cannot survive this. He's down. He'll buy back. The buyback's coming through. Can they really hold this? TNC Abed goes in with the Vortex, drags in Savage. MB picking up the kills. He's in the game as well. And it looks like this will be GG. Fnatic did it here in this game 3. They made the comeback. They're going for the Ancient, they're going for the game, and they're going to DreamHack Major, ladies and gentlemen. Envy made it. Pailadai back to Sweden, and he's bringing some of the best boys from Southeast Asia with them. Fnatic, ladies and gentlemen, they did it. TNC, commiserations to them. It's got to feel bad. They had the lead at a point.